Can you feel the magic in this room today? Can you feel it in your hearts? If you look at your children and your students, do you see them today and know that tomorrow they could be standing here, they could be the next state superintendent, they could be the next state superintendent of schools, they could be the next senator, they can be the next assembly member, they can be whatever they want to be and what we need them to be. Sometimes it's hard to believe that story. We hear it all the time. But I'm here today to tell you some things so that you will know how to help. I'm also here to tell you thank you. Thanks to all of you. And before I start, I'd especially like to thank the superintendent and board of McFarland High. Let's give them a great... and staff members, and students and parents. And why? Not only because your student is going to have an advantage that other small communities and almost any city in the nation does not, but because they're among the first. They're the pioneers. They figured out over 3 years how to do this. When I came along, I got to meet with them, and they were already well on their way, working with Bakersfield College, collaborating and finding out how they could make a miracle happen. Because you see, this early college program, it's almost no place else in the nation. I know because actually, I'm a pretty old person now. I've been working for, oh well, I don't even want to tell you. But it's I retired twice, and I failed at retirement twice and had to go back again the third time. So I wasn't eager to go back the third time to work on this project when it first came by. So I said, I will find you an expert. This is when I was still the state senator. I will find you an expert, BC. I will find you an expert to help McFarland. So I went to all the think tanks in Washington, D.C., because when you're a state senator, you can just do that. It's amazing. You can just do that. And they talk to you, and they tell you the truth, because you're going to find out. And what I found out was there was no one in this nation doing a program like this. There was no one that I could send to help. There was no one. This program is one of the first of its kind in the nation. And it's a miracle. Let's give everybody a big hand. So here I am today. Oh, and before I get too much further, ASB Student Body President Gracie Lopez, are you in here today? If you are, raise your hand. And if not, I want all her friends and neighbors to tell her that because this happened on her watch, all the politicians in California will be jealous. So she gets to walk around being the president of one of the first high schools to do early college, and I'm real proud of her. So what does this mean? What is the difference? What does this mean? Well, this part's hard for me to tell. Because hopefully when you look up here, you'll see somebody who got her hair done today, and who worked on her suit, and whose husband told her she looked good. And you'll think, she was always like this. It's not true. It's not true. I was born in Kern County. I was raised in Shafter, California. My family had very limited means to have extra money for clothes and things, extra money. I cut grapes and I hoed cotton. And my family, when I was born, this part's hard to tell, actually brought me home to a train car that was behind my grandparents' house. That's where we lived. You know, the old train cars that a lot of people lived in after the the recession. And then eventually, by the time I was about 5 or 6, we actually moved to a house. Because my family came here from North Dakota and Arkansas, both sides of the family, in a Dust Bowl. My family they were severely challenged. My dad had 8 brothers and sisters. And we from the valley, we know that story. We just don't know that there are other people in the valley living next to us that have that story. So when I was in high school, I had very good grades, but I didn't really expect to go to college. I really didn't expect much. I just really wanted to have a horse. I really wanted a horse. Some of you are like that. Some of your students are like that. So what changed? Bakersfield College. Bakersfield College opened the door. I went to work at Bank of America. I drove from Bank of America to Bakersfield College, and they counseled me. I didn't know what I wanted to be. I just knew I wanted to be somebody because I knew I was a nobody. Most of us kind of feel that way in our little towns. It's not true, of course, but that's sometimes how we feel. So I wanted to be a somebody, but I didn't know what a somebody was. So Bakersfield College, if you see the picture of me in high school and in 8th grade, you'll go, that girl, she never should have made it anywhere. But why I'm here to tell you, because I don't normally tell this story too much anymore, really never did, is because I want every person here to know that this program will make the difference for your child if you reach out and take it. And that it may not last forever, and that it, might be a little hard, but the rewards are that your child, I didn't have any rich friends. I didn't think I could raise any money when I ran, but I was tired of some things I wanted people to know about. Your children can do that same thing. They can stand here. It's America. So get them through college, because this program, or some kind of technical degree, this program will save you $3,000 right off the top. It's in your hometown. My parents were always afraid to have me drive to Bakersfield because that was hard in those days. And there will be tutors and people to help. And guess what? Your child gets to go to the head of the line. They get to go to the front of the class. They get to go in a job line with the employers. They will be ahead of everybody else coming out of the class their age. They will be able to say, look what I achieved already. Look what I am. Yes, put your thumbs up for them. It's great. Let's all let them know that you gave them, and McFarland High and Bakersfield College gave them 2 years extra life. Think how many more years I could go if I could live 2 more years. So I'm not going to go on much, because you need to go hear how to do it, what to get in, why it works. And then I'm going to come back. In 4 years, I'm going to come back. And I'm going to ask you and your students how they did, because I want to write your story for the nation. I'm selfish. I want everybody in my Senate district, everybody in California, to have this program. And it only happens if you all do it and you tell us. Thank you. Good luck. I'm so excited for you.